Hi guys, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about episode 20 of season 6 of Riverdale, chapter 115, Return to Rivervale. Now, if you haven't seen the episode, there will be spoilers in this review, so stop watching if you don't want to be spoiled. So, here's my review for episode 20 of season 6 of Riverdale, chapter 115, Return to Rivervale. I was wondering if Percival knew that everyone that had died was brought back, but he didn't. But knowing Percival, I was thinking that he was going to find out during the episode, but he didn't. But it's obvious that he'll find out in the next episode, since in the promo for the next episode, there's a scene where Archie and Veronica are talking to Percival. So he'll at least know that Archie's alive. I also didn't blame Tabitha for how she reacted when Jughead told her that he was opening portals to another dimension, which was Rivervale. And I also thought it was really funny how the Jughead in the bunker in Rivervale reacted when he saw Jughead and Tabitha. But I was glad that he told them about Rivervale. But I also understood why he freaked out when they said they wanted to go look around Rivervale, since he didn't want them to run into the other versions of themselves. It was annoying when Veronica found out that she didn't own the Babylonium anymore, and she thought that it was because of Reggie. So I was hoping that Veronica would find out that Reggie had broken free from Percival's control and would save him, his dad, and Kevin from being executed. So I was very glad that Veronica saw them on the security cameras. And I've said this in a lot of my Riverdale reviews for season 6, but I was really hoping that Alice, Sheriff Keller, and Uncle Frank would be able to break free from Percival's control. But based on the way this episode ended, the three of them had a lot more issues to worry about. Even though I hate him, it was interesting to learn about Percival's past and how he was traveling with the ancestors of Archie, Jughead, Betty, and Cheryl. It also was not a surprise to find out that Percival made a deal with the devil. And I also didn't blame Alice for how she reacted when Percival was telling her his story. I didn't blame Betty for fainting when she saw Polly. I mean, that is a pretty understandable reaction to seeing your sister who had died. And since Polly had a good aura, it was clear that she could be trusted. I also really loved when Betty apologized to Polly, and Polly said that she forgives her, even though there's nothing to forgive her for. And she also told Betty that Betty's not evil, even though Betty still believed that she was. I also couldn't wait to see Alice and Polly reunite, but it looks like we're going to have to wait on that happening. It was a twist when the Brita in Rivervale showed Jughead and Tabitha the comic that the Jughead in Rivervale had written, and it was about what was happening in Riverdale. It was also handy that Jason told Cheryl that he was glad he didn't have to fight in the war for Percival, and Cheryl told Archie, and Archie decided to blow up the train tracks so Percival couldn't make the ghost train. We finally know that the bomb exploding under Archie's bed started everything, since Percival was on his way to Rivervale, but then when the bomb exploded, he ended up in Riverdale and decided to stay and get revenge on the ancestors of his enemies. Based on how Alice looked while Percival was telling her this, I was wondering if she was going to think he was just crazy, or if she was going to finally realize that he is a horrible person and help defeat him. But Alice didn't get a chance to help defeat Percival. At least, not yet. I'm still wondering how Polly did it, but I was glad that she cleaned out the serial killer gene from Betty and also got rid of Betty's evil aura. But since Polly also said that someone did it for her, I'm also wondering who that was and if we'll ever find out. But it was really nice to see how happy Betty was when she saw that her evil aura was gone. I also thought it was funny that the Jughead in Rivervale automatically believed Jughead and Tabitha when they told him what was happening in Riverdale. And they found out that the Rivervale's Jughead's plan for his story, for his comic books, is that the character that Percival is wins. And he said that the reason he became a successful writer was because he made a deal to do that ending with Mr. Cypher, who is the devil. Thanks to Mr. Cypher, Jughead and Tabitha found out that Percival never cared about Pop's Diner. He only cared about the land that Pop's Diner used to be on. And we found out that under that land is a Hellmouth, which made me think of the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I already had a feeling that it was the Jughead in the bunker in Rivervale who called Betty to warn her about the bomb, but that's what caused everything that happened to happen. And I understood why the Ethel in Rivervale was upset that the Rivervale Jughead warned Betty. But if he didn't do that, there's a good chance that Archie and Betty could have died. And even though the Rivervale Jughead said that he only did it because he wanted to save Archie and Betty since they're his friends, even though they're in another universe, but the Rivervale Ethel said that Jughead did it because he still has feelings for Betty. So I'm wondering if that's a hint that Betty and Jughead might get back together in the future. And I also thought it was interesting how they didn't show how Jughead and Tabitha reacted when Ethel said that Jughead still has feelings for Betty. I liked that Jughead used his portal opening powers to save Kevin, Reggie, and Reggie's dad, and I was also glad that Archie was able to blow up the train tracks. But right when everything was looking good, it was revealed that Percival executed Alice, Uncle Frank, and Sheriff Keller. I'm going to assume that they'll be brought back. I mean, in the previous episode, all the people that died were brought back. So I feel like it's safe to say that Alice, Uncle Frank, and Sheriff Keller will be back. Hopefully. And when they do come back, I hope they stop supporting Percival. Thanks for watching, guys! If you saw the episode, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you want to see any of my previous Riverdale reviews, check out the playlist. And if you want to see any of my future Riverdale reviews or any of my other future videos, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.